I'm talking about Dungeon Siege 3 today as a buried treasure. This was developed by Obsidian, who now makes a lot of their own really cool stuff. They've gone to Kickstarter and they have their own IP, which is great to see. But at one point, Obsidian was working with everybody and did lots of cool games for other publishers. And this game is no exception. It's a hack and slash dungeon crawler, which was a little different from the Dungeon Siege experience of 1 and 2, which were out for the PC. This one came to the consoles as well as the PC. It was very accessible. You could play it cooperatively with up to 4 players. There was some branching narrative and some choices to make. You had some repetition in the kinds of loot that you would collect along the way, and that wasn't exactly the huge draw, but it was a beautiful game with some really sound mechanics, and it was just fun to play, especially if you had some pals to play it with, and I was super impressed. Now, one thing that I think is really great about Dungeon Siege 3 is that it's part of the Xbox One backwards compatibility list. So you can either buy this on the store, or if you've got the old disc, you can throw this into one of your Xbox One machines, whether you've got the X or the S or the original Xbox One, and it will still play. And I do think it's worth your time and worth your while. Obviously, Diablo 3 is still the big gun when it comes to hack and slash dungeon crawlers and explorathons like this. But this was solid development with some pretty decent writing and some gorgeous graphics, at least at the time. It's going to be a little bit dated now, but definitely very cool to see that you can still play this as backwards compatible on an Xbox One, and it was a great game, and I remember playing this and being very surprised at how polished and tuned and just genuinely fun Dungeon Siege 3 was, and that's why it remains a buried treasure.